Hey guys, this is Downphoenix, and I wanted to hop on here because there was a really interesting video that was uploaded yesterday by the Irate Gamer. I'm sure a lot of people that watch my channel are probably familiar with the Irate Gamer. I will just give a quick little summary about him in case you don't know who he is. He is a YouTube game reviewer that came onto the scene in 2007. He came in about a year or so after the Angry Video Game Nerd, and the scene pretty much started. So by the time he joined the scene, there was already a lot of different people reviewing video games. And there was a point where he got really popular practically overnight. And a lot of people got really pissy about that. And, this started a whole big hate trend between primarily Angry Video Game Nerd and Irate Gamer fans. And, it's gone on for a long time. Now, he's been out of the limelight for a long time. He hasn't been one of the top dogs for years now. But back in the day, he was a big dog. Anyways, he recently uploaded a video. I have the link down in the description below that he talks about his side of the story, about what all happened and what all transpired through the years. And there is one particular thing that I noticed when I watched his video. He seemed very sincere, very genuine, humble. He didn't pick like this time to talk about it now because it was like the best time for him to capitalize on or anything like that. It seemed like he genuinely wanted to clear the air and move on with this channel and everything like that. I guess the trigger or catalyst for this was actually a recent video the Archfiend did, where he questioned people still hating Irate Gamer after all these years, which a lot of people, rightly would associate, well, weren't you one of the original people, Archfiend, that was part of that bandwagon? Yes, he was. And the Irate Gamer is also known to have made his own mistakes in the past. There's been reviews he's done in the early days that were very reminiscent of James's. The Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe. And there was also times, I guess, where he had cleared people's, he flagged people's accounts over doing videos that mocked him. There is definitely some dark times indeed. I think we've all kind of, at least the old YouTube people, like myself, we've all seen and experienced this stuff, and, it's been a very interesting 7 years since he has been part of the scene on YouTube. I was amongst the haters. It's kind of sad because I'm 32 now and everything like that, but I'm obviously a lot more mature now than I was then. I guess I could say I was a bit of a late bloomer as far as maturity goes. And, it's just kind of funny, and it's kind of sad at the same time that this has gone on for as long as it has. But, that's just the way it works, I guess. YouTube was still a very young platform. The internet, I've always had the philosophy that the internet makes you feel younger and more immature because you have like a level of anonymity that you can, say whatever you want to say, and, typically it's without consequence unless you say something particularly brutal. Or do something particularly stupid like swatting somebody or, something of that nature. But, I'm really glad that Chris has came out finally to speak about his side of the story. Honestly, everybody's got their own side to this story. I'm actually would be very interested to see if James, as in James himself, not Mike Matei writing the script and all this shit, actually came in and spoke candidly about this. It would be really interesting to see what he would have to say. Although I don't think James would be that way at all. Now, there are a lot of things that Irate Gamer, mentioned in the video. Like, for instance, how they posted a private letter that he sent to James on their website and mocked him for it and everything like that. I think that was entirely Mike Matei's doing. Mike Matei has been more or less the PR guy, the community manager for AVGN for pretty much since the channel's inception. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Mike Matei was the one that founded the channel, not James. James just started the little AVGN thing in college as kind of just as a joke and everything like that. But when YouTube, I guess, started coming around, Mike Matei thought it was a great opportunity to continue that work, and so that's kind of went from there. It seems like he pushed James a lot to do it, and obviously he's had a big factor in James's success, but he's also, in my opinion, been a hindrance. Particularly once James started getting popular, because he's had a lot of negative dealings with people, fans and non-fans alike within that community. That's something that it is what it is, right? I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it, but yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of Irate Gamer's negative interactions are probably actually with Mike Matei, and he probably didn't realize that, although at the same time, we can't put all the blame on Mike Matei, because ultimately he is James's friend, and James had made a decision to allow him to manage the channel, more or less, and manage the interactions with the fans. And, it's pretty irresponsible of James to do that in the wake of the way that Mike Matei treats people and acts on the internet. He's been quite immature and rude and short with people. But that's just my opinion on the matter. I'd be interested in seeing what Mike has to say about all this as well. I'm sorry, I'm kind of recovering from a cold. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but that's why I haven't done a lot of videos lately, is because I have been sick over the past week. I did do the Destiny, mocking thing recently about the cave shooting simulator on PC. But yeah, so I'd really recommend you guys check out Chris's video. I mean, I have a pretty good judgment of character, in my opinion. I think I have a really good idea of how to read and interpret people. After all, my job, I work at a call center, and that's kind of something I have to do on a daily basis. So I've really picked up on being able to read people, and I can do so without even body language. I can tell just by the tone of their voice and the way they're talking, everything like that. And Chris just seemed really genuine. I mean, there might have been a couple of missing gaps there, but I mean, he really tied the pieces together overall. And like I said, it is just his side of the story. You really would have to look at all the different sides to really piece everything together. But I think Chris did a really good job of explaining his side of the story. And, I really appreciate that he's done that. Now, one thing I do kind of wish he did is I wish he did interact more with fans. I mean, like I said, in the past, I was an Irate Gamer hater, but, I began regularly watching him, and I subscribed to him, I guess, about 4 years ago. So this was, well after his heyday, I guess you could say. That's when I really became engaged with this channel. And now he does a lot of crappy Skylanders videos, but that's his thing, right? He likes doing those. And plus, I think he has some kind of partnership with Activision. I imagine he's got to have something like that going on, because he was able to review the Skylanders Trap Team toys before the game's even been released, So yeah, that's all I've got to say for now, guys. Definitely check out the link in the video description below, and let me know what you guys think, and we'll keep the conversation going. Till then, Downphoenix out.